The Yellowstone River, born in the world's first national park in the high mountains of Montana and Wyoming. A river that still runs free, undammed. The longest free-flowing river in the United States, except for the Yukon in Alaska. The river underpins our economy, our outdoor recreation, and our environmental quality. Eagles still nest along its banks. A green corridor 700 miles long that flows out of the greater Yellowstone ecosystem. Home to prehistoric fishes. Ospreys still find plenty of fish to feed their young. Families can float and fish and camp for hundreds of miles. People came 13,000 years ago. The Crow Indians called the river Ichiklakashe, which means Elk River. These first immigrants lived lightly on the land, and they survived. Thousands of years later, new people found the river. There was a truly awful clash of cultures. The river could no longer host people who roamed the land and hunted buffalo, and those people who settled, wanted to farm, and raise cattle. These new immigrants were prosperous and learned to live on the river. New sounds were soon heard on the river, which meant commerce was happening. New towns were built along the banks of the river. People learned to live with the river, which was sometimes unfriendly. The river always demanded attention. Now we are here, and the river and its tributaries give us so much. But things are not as they used to be. Things are changing. We have had a reservoir of snow in the high mountains. Now, warmer spring rains fall on a diminished snowpack. Floods seem more common now. Often, great damage is done to properties along the Yellowstone. Property owners want to protect their land from the floods. Riverbanks are hardened, or what we call rip-rapped. Rip-rapping changes the basic ecological functions of a stream. Rivers need room to roam. A channelized river does not pick up wood, which is so important to the ecological functioning. Our climate is playing another dirty trick on us. Longer, hotter summers have their impact. Irrigation flows, so critical to farmers, are impacted. Our Montana farmers now produce mountains of grain. Over 2 million acres are irrigated by the Yellowstone and its tributaries. Trainloads of grain are shipped annually. Beet production is totally dependent on the Yellowstone and its tributaries. Cattle production needs alfalfa, corn, and grass. That means irrigation and water. Farm implement sales are important to our economy. Tributaries are so critical to a well-functioning river system. Every one of our cities along the Yellowstone get their domestic water from the river. Even our refineries need water. Dozens of construction projects take place each year along the banks. Oil and hydrocarbon spills seem to be recurring regularly. Cleanups are ineffective and cost millions. Long-term damage is not monitored. Storm runoff from cities can be a problem. It carries fertilizer and nutrients, which can cause algae blooms in the river. Algae blooms suck up the oxygen in the river, which is hard on fish and other living things. Too often, builders like to cozy up to the river, causing in the future further riprap. One should not underestimate the joy and value of a healthy river. Retail and guide services are worth millions to our economy. Beautiful, healthy rivers are so important to our visitors. Many of us live here and bring our businesses here because of these great outdoor resources. They are a draw to our out-of-state visitors as well. And still there are other threats to the Yellowstone River and its tributaries. There is always the potential of zebra mussels and parasites. Can be terribly damaging. Unscreened irrigation headgates often trap fish. So, this amazing river, with all its natural attributes and economic benefits, faces an uncertain future. Some conservation groups and federal and state local agencies are stepping up to the task. Smoke jumpers and other volunteers use their skills to cut the invasive plants that smother the native vegetation. They also chop up and carry out the dangerous debris that was put in the river years ago. Those things brought down by floods can be a real challenge. The Yellowstone River Research Center at Rocky Mountain College does much good work. They organize their students for an annual river cleanup. They get a lot of help from business and other volunteer groups. Their cleanup has covered 135 miles of river. They've collected 200 tons of steel and iron. Their students are doing excellent fundamental research on the Yellowstone River and its tributaries. Audubon Conservation Center teaches students, kids, and adults about river matters. Yellowstone River Parks Association is building a river-friendly park and restoring important wildlife habitats. Our Montana has been working on the Yellowstone River for years for access, parks, and environment. So now we face a difficult question. Can all the stakeholders work together to sustain these river systems, the Yellowstone? These are the finest rivers in the United States, and we are all stakeholders. Whether we be in business, agriculture, conservation, recreation, oil production, government, sportsmen and women, we are all stakeholders. The Mid-Yellowstone River Watershed Group wishes to work with all of you, all you stakeholders, to sustain this Yellowstone River.